Hello, welcome back. Soul Search Sunday with Johnny Tiger on August 15, 2021. It's been a very exciting week after being apart for a year and a half. Me and my beautiful girlfriend finally got reunited when Canadian border finally opened and she was able to fly in on the 9th of August. And as far as we know, right now she's going to stay around for the next 4 or 5 months. It's going to feel like we're married. It's going to, for someone like myself who's always lived alone, this will be a true, new, and interesting experience, to say the least. As some of you have already seen, if you've been following the daily video, uh, I have had her to help me out with some of the Tactical Tuesday, Survival Saturday, and Fitness Friday. And we are going to try to keep that uh, flow up and do more duos and partner oriented stuff just uh, for a change. It's always good to have a fresh face on podcast, on video. Speaking of the podcast, uh, if you guys have not, please do check out the Johnny Tiger Experience podcast, which is uh, almost as good, maybe even better than these daily videos. If you enjoy these daily videos, then I would say you will definitely enjoy the podcast. You can find it on any podcast platform and on your Amazon devices. This past month, I've got asked uh, by two separate parties and two different questions that more or less irritated me and, uh, and annoyed me on the same level. And I thought I want to make a video to address that because maybe uh, some people who watch my videos, maybe some people who follow my progress have the same question in their mind, but they have not had the chance to ask me. So hopefully, this will answer to everyone's satisfaction. One of the questions that I was asked uh, came in a form of a comment on one of my videos, not here on the channel, but one of my other video projects. Uh, the person basically asked me, "Do you really believe that your self-defense is going to work?" I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you really think it's going to work? It was put forward in that kind of a tone. Uh, Now, this may very well be an internet troll, but it is nonetheless a valid question. It's a very irritating question, but nonetheless, it is a valid question. Do I really know that my self defense will work? The best I can answer this question to the best of my ability and without coming across as sounding boastful and arrogant and cocky and full of myself is that you never know. You just never know. Uh, Even the best trained police officer, even the best trained SWAT team member, even the best trained special forces operator will run into situations where what they were trained in fail to work. and they have to improvise, or they get killed or hurt. So no one, no self-defense instructor, no martial art instructor can guarantee that what they know, what they teach, will work 100% of the time and all the time and every day, 24 hours a day, no matter what. Even a lot of people, especially our American friends, a lot of them believe in the best self-defense is to carry a gun. But let's face it, soldiers carry guns all the time. Police officers carry guns all the time. But does it work for them 100% of the time? No, because eventually you're going to run into someone who carry a bigger gun, who pull out a gun faster, who shoot better. So even carrying a gun is not 100% guaranteed self-defense. Now, some people may say the best self-defense is to avoid confrontation, and that is very true. But not all confrontation can be avoided. You may be sleeping in your bed and then someone jump in from the window and with the intention to not only take your belongings but to hurt you seriously. It doesn't matter how you try to avoid that. If it happens, it's going to happen. So as you see, even taking the way of the pacifist is not 100% foolproof. So when a person asks me, do you really think your self-defense works? The best answer I can say is no one knows for sure. No one knows for sure until things happen. And if I may be so bold and mention this, is I am coming up to 40 years old. So far, so far, it works for me. So far, it worked for my students. So far, it's good enough for me to win a silver medal for Canada. So, will it work? I don't know. Has it worked so far? Definitely has worked so far. The other question that I got asked uh, was this person asked me, uh, of all these blind and disabled and girls and children and seniors that you have taught, do you honestly believe that they will be able to fight really well or defend themselves really adequately? Do you honestly believe that they'll be able to do it? Now, this is another question that is very irritating, very annoying, and uh, borderline insulting in a way, uh, because because unfortunately, it forces me to say no. How many of my students do I honestly believe can hold off Big Baba, who just came out of jail, at 500 pound, fueled up on steroid and drug, and trying to do harm to them? Out of my students, maybe one or two, and even that is a really big maybe. Would I be able to do it? I think so. But even that is uncertainty. Like I said, you just never know until things happen. You just never know. But a question like this is basically asking me why? Why do I teach when I know that so many of my students will not be the next Mike Tyson, will not be the next Muhammad Ali, will not be the next Karate Kid, will not be the next Jackie Chan? I think for most instructors, especially when we were young, we always have a period of time where we are very full of ourselves. We took pride in what we did. In that, we wanted to have the next big break. Big break. We wanted to train the next champion. So if you want to come and train with me, unless you're willing to work hard, I don't want to train you. Unless you're willing to do 1,000 push-ups, I don't want to train you. Unless you're willing to clock in 8 hours a day punching the punching bag, I don't want to train you. I think a lot of trainers go through that period when they're young. Want to train the next Muhammad Ali, want to train the next Jackie Chan. But let's face it, most of us trainers, we are not ourselves. We're not the next Muhammad Ali. We're not the next Mike Tyson. That's why we're here making videos. That's why we're here training people. Because we're not out there making millions of dollars fighting boxing matches or UFC matches. So is it really that reasonable to expect that from our students when we ourselves is nowhere near that level of proficiency? Probably not. When I was younger, when I was in my early 20s, I had the same mentality. I was very proud of what I did. I wanted every one of my students to be able to take on everything I had to offer. So I was very selective. I was very picky when it came to student. Unless I knew you were serious about martial art, I didn't want to train you. Unless I knew that you were willing to get hurt to learn, I didn't want to train you. Unless I knew that you were willing to hurt others to get better, I didn't want to train you. I wanted only the best. I wanted the most hardcore. I wanted the talented, the brave. Gradually, gradually, I started to take on more people. That some of them only wanted to do it casually, some of them wanted to uh, do it occasionally, and some of them only wanted to do it for uh, social networking or for fitness. They didn't care about the martial art really. They just wanted to get fit. And my mental uh, struggle was quite great. I went through a big struggle with myself. I felt that I was lowering my standard. I felt I was compromising. I was being defeated by the pressure of economy. I felt that I was bowing down because I needed more students. I felt that I was betraying martial art. I felt all kind of nonsense, all kind of crazy, ridiculous ways. But fast forward 10 years. Today, I stand here and I say, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of disability you have, as long as you want to learn, you don't even need to have the money to pay me. As long as you want to learn, I will find a way to teach you. I will most likely not be able to make you the next Muhammad Ali. I will not be able to turn you into the next uh, Conor McGregor, but I can guarantee that a month from now, you'll be better off than this moment. And 2 months from now, you'll be better than you are a month from now. And a year from now, you will almost be a completely different person when it comes to your ability to defend yourself. When I was in high school, I had a history teacher that was really mean and very blunt. And I remember a lot of us like to skip his classes. I remember one time I came to his class and there were only three of us, just three, and the rest of them didn't show up. But he got up in the front of the class and started lecturing just like he was facing down a thousand people audience. And I said to him, I said, why bother? Why do you even bother? Because you know we don't want to be here. We know we don't want to be here. And there's only three of us here. You might as well just give us a day off. And he said something that influenced me for the rest of my life. He said, because this is my job. My job is to teach. So even if there's only one of you, I am still going to do the best of my ability to do my job. Now, it's up to you. Your job is here to learn. So do you want to learn or do you want to neglect your job? As a trainer, it is my job to train. It is not my job to train the next Mike Tyson or next Muhammad Ali, but it is my job to teach. As a self-defense teacher, it is my job to help people learn how to defend themselves to the best of my ability and their ability. So I'm going to do it, no matter if these students uh, may not be as serious about it, may not be as hardcore about it, as long as they want to learn, I will find a way to help them learn. Confucius, one of the greatest teachers in human history, once said, do anything to teach, never complain about being tired. 有教无类, never complain about teaching. Never complain about being tired of teaching. Never complain about being not being listened to. As long as you can teach, you teach. I'm not quite Confucius, but maybe it's what I can do to uh, help carry on that kind of spirit in being a teacher, a trainer, instructor. Thank you for checking out today's Soul Search Sunday. We'll be back again tomorrow for Music Monday. For now, have a good night.